Today we're going to be playing some Symbiosis, and I figured we'd try out a couple cards we don't normally play. So first of all, we're going to do this because Dagon Guardian got a buff of 1 power. It's a 5 for 5 now, in addition to its abilities, so it's a baseline 5 for 5. And I really want to try this out. The best place to try it out would be in Devotion Symbiosis, because there's a couple other things we want to test out. We haven't in a while. So basically this is more likely to stick around, and you can combo the damage with stuff more easily. As far as the rest of the deck, we're playing Crystal Skull to put on Aquan. No surprises there. Nature's Gift. We have the Aquan. I opted for a Simloss here. I was playing a non-Simloss version, but I thought we'd just go Simloss here. So I was finding that it was hard to get the Herald Gourd up to his cap without Simloss. So I think we're going to play him. And we are playing the Young Queen. She's fine. She's fine is basically what it is. The third form is a lot better against... And it's a lot better in metas without Curse of Corruption. So if there's a lot of Golden Necker decks, she tends to die in the third form, which is actually quite frustrating. But we'll see what we run into today. Then we have the Force Protector. Just replace something. You could swap Force... I think you can swap Force Protector for Philavandrel. I think they're pretty interchangeable at this point. They're both quite good. Both are very strong. I think Philavandrel might make more sense in this deck we're running at the moment, as we have the Circles of Life. But I just like Force Protector. They're both quite good, actually. Nowadays I have trouble picking between them. Normally I was running a Philavandrel and a Force Protector, and then we cut a couple things in the deck. But I think this time we'll try this out because I want to try out a different card, and we'll go with the Force Protector in this one, just because we did Philavandrel with double Frog Mating Seasons, the last Symbiosis deck. Then we have Call the Forest for consistency. We're gonna play Shaping Nature. Now, for the record, I don't think Shaping Nature is great, but we haven't actually tried it out in a long time, so I figured we'd test it and just see if it bears out as much as we think. You know, actually, for a second here, we are going to go Philavandrel over the Force Protector here. We are going to do that because we do actually want, I think, the second Frog Mating Seasons to accelerate the vitality from the Shaping Nature. I think that synergy is probably worth going Philavandrel over the Force Protector here. I know we just said we wouldn't do that, but I think we will, actually, now that I'm mentioning Shaping Nature. Then we have Eisenham's Council, again for consistency. We have the Fauve. Just play whatever nature you want. We got the 1 Frog Mating Season here, the Gourd, double Rebuke, double Guardian. I don't think Guardian is the best card. Even with this buff, I probably would only run 1. However, like I said, we want to try them out, and if we're using 2, we're more likely to see a good result from them, or just play them at all and see how they do. So we're going to run this. I think, realistically, if you're going to make this deck, you probably just play 1 Guardian, and probably don't play Shaping Nature. They can fit some more expensive stuff in if you want. Then we have the Hamadryads just for a really good engine. We've got the Naiad Fledglings, Caress, Tempering, Circle of Life. So this is my one issue with Devotion Symbiosis I've always had, is if you look, not Devotion, what Nature. If you look at Nature cards, we have all of the cheap Nature cards in the deck. The only one we're missing is Bountiful Harvest. So you can obviously cut the Shaping Nature, one of the Guardians, and that gives you an extra 4 to put into Bountiful Harvests. Or it gives you the provisions to put these in for Simloss instead, which I think is better, but we were going to try out Shaping Nature because we haven't in a while. This is my problem. There's not that many cheap Nature cards, and then once you have the other ones, you kind of have to play all of them. It's a little bit like Tactics in Nilfgaard, right? There's not that many. You kind of have to play all the cheap ones. And then we have the 1 Pawn Keeper. You can play 2 Pawn Keeper, play 1 Pawn Keeper. I just went with the 1 Pawn Keeper here. I think realistically, you go double Pawn Keeper, 1 Guardian, and then you can use the provisions from Shaping Nature for something else. But I want to try out Shaping Nature because we haven't done it in a long time, and the double Guardian. So this is what we're going to do. I think it should be fine, like a pretty reasonable deck. The Devotion Symbiosis got a lot better compared to non-Devotion, thanks to the nerfs to Equinox. Now, 6 provisions, so it's really expensive. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see how this deck does. It should be reasonable. The only problem with it is obviously you don't have a ton of control. You can do, the most you can do is like a Simloss into double Rebuke, but other than that, you don't have much control. You can play Great Oak. I really like Great Oak. But yeah, that's the deck. Should be pretty fun. Let's see how it does. I don't expect amazing things from it, but I expect it to do reasonably well. Ting, ting, ting. Playing Carapace. Alright, so we cannot kill anything with Carapace on it, just because it'll be boosted too high. Now, if this, it's going to be triple something. I think we just... Do we even want to play this? Do we want to play it out? Like, this is good then. Wish we could put these both back. It's just gonna be Keltalus. It's probably just Keltalus. The good thing is we spawn a bunch of random tokens to tank the Keltalus. The bad thing is I don't think it's enough to win. Well, maybe it is. It is a nice counter. Problem is this hand is not what we need. Cave Troll, let's go. Yeah, we all know this. Let's see. If he wants to Witch's Sabbath, one thing we can do here is just discard cards that are specials. Problem with that is it bricks Gourd. Or we can play specials, right? If we just don't play units, you can't play Keltalus. Because if you Witch's Sabbath with no units, he just doesn't get anything back. So we're just going to try and brick the Keltalus by not playing any units. Problem is we also have to discard no units, which makes it a lot harder. Oh, we're going for this instead. Okay. Well, nothing we can do. Whatever he's going to do, he's going to do. We can't stop it. What are we making? This is what we call a real deck that he's playing. It's not. This is the last turn we can't play a unit, so we're going to pass. Or this is the last turn we cannot play a unit, I should say. The problem is, if he's going for... Yeah, like, so he wins the round just off of this. The problem is, I don't see any way we can win this game. Just because of this. I mean, this is a problem Devotion decks have, right? We don't have a Purify. We could put in the Elf, we just don't have the Ulcers. We can't run a Purify, then we can't run the removal for this. And you can't poison here either, even if you had them, because it's Carapace. If it was Keltalus, we actually, I think, could win this. But I don't think we can beat what he's doing. We also just don't have our cards. We don't have Aquan. We could try to RNG into Aquan off of Council. We have a 40% of getting it, because either of these gets us Aquan. But the problem is, like, even discarding cards doesn't work because we don't have enough specials. I think our only chance to win this is that he just passes here, and we only play specials round 3 or something. Or he's just dumb and Witch's Sabbaths right now and gets nothing back. That's our actual win conditions. He just doesn't know how Witch's Sabbath works.
Come to me.
He can't use it at the moment, which is the only thing really going for us. The problem is that this is probably going to eat a Rot Fiend. He's playing Rot Fiends with these, I'm pretty sure. Or even like Manticores. So whatever unit we play does die here. I think we have to... No, we don't have to RNG yet. Just let this eat the Rot Fiend, I guess. It's the only one that doesn't need the Aquan to be played first to get full value. Okay. I'm almost considering discarding Mating Season. That's just not what we shouldn't, though. I think we play the RNG here, looking for... Okay, we do get the Aquan. The thing is, he's going to get the Witch's Sabbath. Because now we'll have 3 units. And there's nothing we can do about it, but we get Aquan back, which counteracts his stuff somewhat. Problem is, he's just playing Manticore. It's just gonna be like Manticore combo, I think. I imagine it's Manticore Machine Gun. We made this deck before. He's gonna have 2 triggers So we just need to... We don't really want units. We want things that make tokens, I think. Like, Ethne's not even a good play because of Manticore. If he's running it. We can open Ethne, but then we'd have to do something else after. Even if that we wanted specials, it's not a great one. That's a Temperance, though we still have double Caress, so it's fine. I'd rather not have it. Let's see, let's just go Hamadryad. The nice thing we've got going for us is we have access to 2 mating seasons. So if he is playing a Manticore-based deck, they'll have to eat through those first. And Rot Fiends can hit him, which is Sabbath right away. We get Aquan. Yep, great job. Good job, Mr. Opponent. Sick gameplay. Let's do the Philevangel. We need to get one of the mating seasons going, just to block Manticores. I don't think it'll be enough to win the game, but it'll slow it down. And we're going to have a problem with board space anyway, so better have some of these die early. Yeah, let's GG.
You wouldn't want to hurt us, would you?
Should we let him do the infinite Dagon loop? I guess we'll let him do the loop. Like, this is 100% game over because he's going to play Arrakis Queen. We've been looped on, but there's really nothing we can do about it because we're playing Devotion. Like, since this game started, as soon as this game started, we lost it, which just happens sometimes with Devotion. The only possible chance we have is if we can make a Wandering Treant that's big enough to kill the Cave Troll and then kill the Dagon this turn, which we can't do. We also only have one of these.
Come on.
Yes, I know you won. Chill out, buddy. Of course, if he doesn't have a Slizzard, he can't go infinite yet. I guess we just try and maximize points. Technically, we can possibly maybe win. We're just gonna put the Shaping Nature on that Hamadryad. It's next to a frog, so we'll have to move the frog, but that's okay. We're gonna put it on it this turn. There's the Arrakis Queen. There's all the frogs. That's fine with us. I'm mostly just curious to see how many points he can get to. He's going to run out of board space. Unless he plays a Slizzard. Slizzard is the card he needs. And it has to go melee, so we can actually kill that. The problem is we're so far down on points. That has a Consume.
Come to me.
He's trying to save it. So it's actually the most valuable card on the board to kill at the moment. Which we can do. Second there wouldn't let me click on the melee row. I was confused. We still have access to 5 damage if he plays another one, because we can Sim Loss for just the one Circle of Life. Okay, so we have to. This lizard has to die. I suspect he has another one, but may as well try not to lose if we can.
Act your age. At 2 centuries, you behaved like you were barely one.
Alright, he gets the 3 guys now. This guy doesn't have Consume because it's going to be the evolved version. He still has to trigger the Death Wishes. But that was our last attempt to stop something. And my guess is Karen comes next turn. Let's see, do we have to fit you on the board yet? No. Yeah, we do. We have to try and play you now. We do the frogs next turn so we can maybe move them. He needs a K-Run. He's going to win, though, either way, just because of the amount of points he has. But I'm curious to see how much this is. Like, there really shouldn't be any way we win this game. To me, Slizzard. That's GG. He's got the infinite loop. Alright, the question is, how many points does he want to make with this infinite loop? Wait, this is only consume stuff on its row. That doesn't work. He must have a movement card. He must have a movement card. I want to put frogs next to stuff with vitality. And that could have been better. I guess he probably has. He must have a K-Ren. He must. Surely. I mean, if he doesn't, we still lose. Let's see, who's got the most vitality? You've got 7, and you've got 4. There should not be a way he loses this game. He got his combo off. How did he lose this? This should not have been possible to lose. Now I look like an idiot for saying we're going to lose the whole time. Alright. Umber the Bat. Tactical decision. Tactical decision to get buffed. Wonder what we're playing here. Usually you only see a Hyperthin and Mill in this. Or like Kolgrim Clog sometimes, but I don't know what we're playing. Leader provisions really open up a lot of options for decks. If the leader wasn't already good. If the leader's already good, it just makes everything, all the decks that used it, better. We could go for Double Circle of Life off Simloss. I kind of like that. If we had a Guardian, we'd keep one of them to combo with, but we don't. So we could get Aquan here. We are going first. Keep this then. We don't always want to open Aquan, but here I think we do, because there's a reasonable chance this is like a mill deck. He's even got the Witcher back card backs. Could be Clog. So it's gonna be Clog. That's not too bad. Our deck deals that pretty well. I think the Simloss into double. Do we want to kill this? I think we want to kill this. We can go Simloss into double circles. Is that worth it? One of the circles can buff Philvandrel, which is one of the reasons I'm considering it so much. Yeah, let's do it. Well, that's one of our best tempo plays gone, though. What else would we do? Do like this into this. We're gonna do it.
Only one with no set
Because if he wants to tempo, he's just going to lead her with the Mage Assassins, so they got buffed too. This sets it up into range of Rebuke. Then we can kill it next turn. None of them went on Phil Evangel. It's unfortunate. They both went on this. Next turn we can kill that, make it go away.
Go to hell, perverted hag!
We want to make him use this order as soon as possible, so it doesn't... Okay, never mind. It's safe. Well, it didn't work. Worth a shot, I think, though. We could go with our Hamadryad. It is pretty nicely buffed, though, so I'd rather just play a different card. That being said... Let's do this. I want to push Simlos out of coup range. So if he wants to coup it, he needs to do it now, because coup Simlos is amazing.
You will eat the bugs and love it.
So we have one of those in our deck now. How does that help him? I don't think it does, to be honest. Although I am actually just really excited to actually see Contaminacy play. I have never seen that card be played. And like since it first came out, I've never seen this card till now. I've been thinking about making a deck with it myself just because of that. But that's pretty cool. I don't know why it gives our Simloss. We have access to it with this Isengrim's Council. But that being said, if we want to do the Council into the Simloss, we still have 2 Tempering still. So that's an option. This is a really good card. I don't want to waste this. The Infuse on this doesn't actually do anything. Not that it's not once it's been deployed. Just make it a little less likely to die here. We have a good point lead now. But he always has Leader plus Mage Assassins.
Your life was worth a great deal, my lord.
Okay, here comes the clogging. Do we want to go with Hamadryad or do we want to go Fledgling? I could rather start next round with a Hamadryad. And we might as well take advantage of Aquin while she's here. That was a lot of delay on that Vitality. He's just going to clog us. We cannot give him round control under any circumstance, so we have to play a card here. The one that makes the most sense, I think, is this one. So it could be hard to do in a short round, round 2. It also accelerates a lot of our stuff. We could have used the Fledgling's order. Not the Fledgling. We had the Fledgling, then they had Fledgling. Okay, he's down by 40. This shouldn't be enough tempo. Like, the only way this is enough tempo is we like Ignite or something. But then again, the thing is, if they go down to 0 cards, and they just go Kolgrim plus Defender, they win the game, because they get all the Adrenaline turns. That being said, how far behind is he actually? So this cancels out. 1, 2, 3 points. We're at 67, he's at 39. So that would be 28 points. He has this order, which spawns the drone, and they can abduct. So that's what, 8 plus 10, 18 on the abduction. No, we still can't afford to pass here.
Mother Earth, I grant you my life. From you it
Because we don't, since we're in devotion, we can't stop a defender plus a Kolgrim. If he just went down to 0 cards there and played it, you just played Kolgrim, we just lose.
It's the front lines, I suppose.
That being said, now he can't win this round, I don't think. Yeah, so we get the win uneven. We kept Phil Evangel because of... We can Isengrim's Council into double... You know, these are actually going to be pretty reasonable here. We don't want to draw Temperings. We do actually want some other cards. That's the one card we didn't want to get. Let's throw it out first, I guess. We need to force the Kolgrim. With access to a Simloss, it should be okay. I'm surprised he didn't go for Adept. I guess he's really counting on the Kolgrim. Obviously these aren't natures, but when we go for the Simloss off of Council, it'll trigger them like 3 times, and we'll get a whole bunch of points.
It's mocking me, I can tell.
Also, if we can make him play the Kolgrim, now then we can go Council into Simloss round 3. Here we do have to kill that guy though.
Is all we've left.
We do have to force the Kolgrim. Like, if he doesn't play Kolgrim, the game's over.
Name's Rinse. Remember that.
Problem here is with the Rience is too many points. You still have to play a card, though. His Rience is going to be... Well, it's not that many points. It's only... It doesn't reset anything at the moment.
No stench more foul than flesh.
We have to force this if it's Kolgrim. And if it's not Kolgrim... Well... He has a reset here, which is annoying. Yeah, Simloss is the only elf. I have no idea why he gave us a second Simloss. This doesn't make any sense.
At your age, at 2 centuries, you behave like you were barely what?
How much is Kolgrim? We're at... It's a 13. And then he can reset 4. We can give ourselves 2 points off of this. But it doesn't get us out of range of him winning with Kolgrim, so we don't play it. Or don't play our leaders. If it's not Kolgrim, we just win. Okay. I mean, we'll take it. We will take it. I guess he just did it. I don't know. Did he just not draw it? Bossman? Bossman, probably.
Keep a stiff neck.
Imposter Nilfgaard. Let's see what we can do here. Imposter Nilfgaard might be playing... Well, we're not safe with the Crystal Skull and Aquin because he has things like... If he's playing Masquerade Ball, for example, he'll have probably Vincent, and then he also has the option of just going with Vilgefortz, obviously, because it's Nilfgaard. For Simloss, we don't want to have one of each of these in our hand. We want to Simloss something twice, so we actually don't want to have doubles. Caress is really good here. This is less good. It combos pretty well with the Guardian, though, because it gives you reach to do 5. I think there's not really any debate. We just go with the Aquin right away. And the other thing we do have to watch out for in his deck is if he's playing, like, if he's playing, what's it called? The Thirsty Dames. We get doomed on all of these, which is kind of a problem. And he probably is, so we really need to save answers for those engines, more so than normal. Especially in the long rounds. We don't want to play all of our rebukes early, for example. We go Guardian. Could do this. We don't have the Philavandrel, but that's okay. We can always counsel him. Unless it's in our hands, so he's our only elf. It's always our thing we can do for good mid-range play there. Very high tempo. But I think we'll just play the Guardian at the moment. We can just set up a hand buff with the Circle of Life on Gourd for bigger finisher if we want to, but that kind of plays into... Well, we won't last save. If we get last save, we can do that pretty safely.
The Emperor is dead. Long live the Emperor.
I kind of want to put on something different, though, just because... do we want to use this damage here? Yeah, I think we do. I don't think we actually want to put on Gord because there's a decent chance he gets last say. Then this gets worse. Go with Simloss. It's a pretty safe one to put it on. Makes even bigger, a big tempo play even bigger. Because at this point, it looks like he's just going to be double Mahakam Forge. Not Forge. That's the leader ability. Tempering. Not too sure what he wants to do here. We have very good setup. If he doesn't kill the Auckland, we do basically win the round. That's nice. And I think we have to pressure round 2 against his deck. We can't let the Thirsty Dames go round 3 against us. And I think we'll probably lose last say doing that, which is why I'm a little careful with the Gord here. You don't want to boost him up too tall. We always have to save 5 damage for Philippe. There's the Servant. That all but guarantees he passes next turn. The question is, do we want to go Rebuke, or do we want to go Caress? Let's go Caress. So we want to Rebuke for the engines, and without Oak, without, not Great Oak. What's the other tree called? Forest Protector. We can't replay the Rebukes, like normally. We'd have to make one off of Simloss. It'd actually be really good if we got the other Guardian. They're quite strong against his deck. Pretty status reliant. And it also gives us setup damage. Again, we're going to have to go... Oh, well, we don't have to. We go Simloss double Rebuke to set that up. That could be an option, but I think we want to have the Rebukes together. Or not together, I mean, split up. This works pretty well. Questions, we could go Ethne Mother here. I think we do. The best proactive setup. We really want to pressure here. We just want like a 3-card round 3 or 4-card round 3 or something. Okay, there's Amir. We have to kill him, but that's going to be hard to do. Alright, there's the card we have to get rid of, the Thirsty Dames. Hopefully he doesn't get a double status here. Okay, that's workable. Go Rebuke. Really glad. If you got a double status off of this, we couldn't really remove that Thirsty Dame. We can get another one off of this. Or other Rebuke, I should say. Okay, there's the Pikes. Alright, here's the thing. We could remove the Pikes. If we don't remove the Pikes, he puts out 2 Bleedings and Thirsty Dame goes to 6. Thirsty Dame. If we do remove it, he gets the Thirsty Dame, but it would have gone to 6 anyway. He still wouldn't be able to kill it. So I think the correct play here is just to go with the other Rebuke. And just hope he doesn't have the other Dame. Getting a lot of value from these 2 young Dryads at this point, which is pretty nice. So he's going for a tempo play, that's fine. Let's see here. Obviously, we want to start these going. Okay, there's the ball. That's good we got that. We just need the Philippe now. We can't kill Philippe anymore, so which is why we really need it to go out this round. How do I want to spread these out? I want them on different rows. We don't want to fill this row up, so the melee row up too much. We do need to, if we are going to do Philevandrel, we would need 3 spaces in it, or 3 units, or 2 units in the range row, which is what we went for. The Philippe's still a problem, which is why we can't really pass here. Did know it'd be an issue. Could go Council, go Philevandrel. That's a good idea.
Pride is all we've left.
Alright, let's see. We're gonna go frog mating. We don't wanna... Do we care if this gets messed up? It's not really getting messed up, is it? It's fine. We have Simloss into double... Okay, we got the fleet. We're good. We can pass now.
Let us put an end to this nonsense, this farce. First look at my shade.
We get to pass an even still. That's nice. He might want to leader this. I don't think he wants to, but like it might be a consideration for him. Okay, we're good then. It's going decently well, I would say. Some loss into these. We have to be careful with our draws. But other than that, we've got all of our leaders left for value. Could draw into Hamadryads. I'm glad we forced out the Philippe with the Filavandrel. I think if we didn't do that, you wouldn't play it. But you can kind of see the problem with Thirsty Dames. Even more so than normal. And there's a hunter.
Beat us forward. Let the hunt begin.
I haven't played Status Nilfgaard myself in a while. Maybe we should give it a go. It's a pretty interesting deck, but... No, it's also kind of an older deck. This hand is not really what we're looking for, if we're going to be honest here. We do have Last Say, though, which is something. The chance we draw in consecutively into Tempering is very, very low, so we should redraw at least one card. This does actually give us damage to remove something, so it's a possibility. This also can remove something, but I don't think we have the points for it. Okay, we're not going to get the second Tempering. If we got the second Tempering, that would have been quite sad there.
A superb specimen. True.
I think we have to go Guardian into Circle, try and kill this. He can't really give us a status, so we shouldn't be able to get it, should not be able to get it out of range. Unless he plays a disloyal card, like Roderick or something. Well, did get the disloyal card. He didn't even play it correctly. He was supposed to play this first, so he could put the statuses from this on it. But he didn't do that right, but he's going to get rewarded anyway. Because it does count when you put a status on something that already has it.
Come to me, little one.
There's not really much we can do about him getting all these points then. I'd hope the Guardian plus this would have been able to stop this. The engine's going, but it didn't. He's going to get a lot of value from that engine because we can't kill it. And also we can't kill her. There's arguably a bigger problem. What's she gonna do, 10? Yeah, 10. Usually like 10. Let's see, we could go for the Simloss, double buff this, then it coos it and hits it with this anyway. Can we get this out of range? That's right, what's gonna happen? He's gonna, if we buff this, he's gonna hit it with coup, which does 3, and buff it by 10. Give it 1 armor, that's not enough. It's not enough. We could use a leader on it. It should be 1 armor, 3, 1 vitality, 4, 14. That would stop it. I think that is our only reasonable option here, because it's just out of range. It should put it just out of range of coup plus Rosa for a turn at least. You can ping at 1 next turn, but we also get a Vitality back next turn. Okay, he got the cooldown reset, so he can actually do it this turn. But he can't play the coup anymore, at least.
Just one with my life.
I think he's got this, unfortunately. I think we should use this order before he decides to kill it off. Okay, it's coup Vilgefortz, then he has the... It's probably coup Vilgefortz, and then he has this order. And he can kill this one with it, so he should be good.
I shall flog them into submission.
Yeah, I don't think we can come back. Because the Vilgefortz should just win the game, I think. So the kills. Okay, stops us from giving that Vitality, but we don't need any more turns. Obviously, we play this here. We do need this to go up 2 ticks, or else it's bad for us. Because it'll give him a point. And whatever his last card is should win the game, plus he has Imposter, so... This is really not a good matchup. I don't know how we could have played this differently. We had to kill this at the start of the round, which is why we went for this into the other one. We just don't have enough rebukes. Pawnkeeper wouldn't do it either here. This is a case where his Force Protector is better because we just need the 3rd rebuke. Similar, Sylvandro can make a rebuke, but we used it for tempo to force out the Philippe instead. We're so dead here. Play the Vilgefortz too, or is it just Vincent? It's just Vincent.
Is necessary for one's health.
25 less, we still don't make this. He said too many golds left over. Well, I can't read that, so we're gonna go with the Jackpot player.
My lads will make sure of that.
Poison could be a tad bit annoying. They have a lot of poison, so we normally if they are just playing a few poisons, like say they're playing Harmony, you can usually just caress away the poisons. They don't get you. Because you're getting taller and taller if they ever actually do poison it. It's a really big punish. But Harmony doesn't really have enough. He might actually have enough. I'm guessing it's just a Golden Necker deck. Townsfolk coming in.
Oh, that's
We need to kill Townsfolk. Unfortunately for us, we can. Very strong engine, the Townsfolk. Then we need to make a Townsfolk deck, but... Whenever I go to make a Syndicate deck, there's like 10 things I want to try. And I try and stick them all in one deck, and it doesn't work.
Don't get caught. Hit 'em between the legs.
Question is, do we need the Aquin? Like, the really nice thing with Aquin is it just gives you so much value if it lives that you can just play bronzes for the rest of the round. Viter? The Viter? How do you say that? I'm just guessing. So this is definitely just, looks like just standard Jackpot stuff. We do actually need to kill this, but we can do that by going Circle of Life into Pawnkeeper. So that's how we'll do it. We have 2 3-power guys. Oh, and he's gonna go for the deploy. Tribute.
Nothing tickles my tip. Quite like a good scene.
Can we beat the Captain Yago round if we lose this one? That's the question. We beat the Captain Yago round if we lose this one. I think so. I think so. The question is, can we actually win this round in any reasonable manner? He's 3 engines. I don't think so. So this is just going to be a pass here. We're just playing his game plan at this point. The question is just gonna be, is his game plan good enough to win? Didn't we put both of these back in round 1? Or am I imagining things? We don't have any of our consistency cards. This is actually really sad. We have Isengrim's Council. We have Fov that can find Isengrim's Council or Call the Force. We have Call the Force. So we got 3 tutors and we haven't drawn one yet. So if he pressures us, we could just lose. So we don't have access to our good cards. Good time for the Guardian here. Seems like we're having a little bit of connection issues at the moment. There's Candle, yep. Boost up our Philavandrel. Swing Saul. Can't kill Saul. Unless we have 2 Rebukes in our deck. Which we don't, because we played one. So Saul's just going to be sitting there at 3 points a turn.
'Tis my tree. I was born with it. I shall die.
The issue here is we actually can't get a Dryad's Caress, which means any poisons will just be there. We can stop one with the Veil on this, but I'd rather not do that. Because he'll probably be playing more Eels since he got buffed. And that just makes this really tall target.
Hey, what's that up your sleeve?
The thing is, he's not playing Necker, so it's just going to be value here. The mating season will get us a lot of points. Like, this into mating season is a lot of tempo. So we're kind of fine. The problem is going to be Yago. He's a double poison there. That's annoying too. The short round Yago, I think, might just be too much. Do we want to eat these points? Yeah, we do. He's going to poison that. If he poisons her instead, that's a win. If he does, we still have one next to the Hamadryad. This is really nice, I think. So let's just keep the Hamadryad. Perfect. Let's see, we have access to Pond Heaper. Can always go Philavandrel for the tempo. I don't think we want to use the Shaping Nature to block a poison. So let's use it here. Then we'll just get the 6 points immediately. Plays for 12 that way. Gets us ahead. He's not playing any gold series, just playing... Yeah, that should get us the win there in that round. Now the problem is just going to be, can we survive the Yago round? That's the only question. I think we can. But we really want our tutors. Okay, there's one of them. Wouldn't hurt get the second one or Fov. Alright, we'll take it. Perfect. So we have Council into Simloss, and then we have Call the Force into Fov, into Mating Season. We have a lot of tempo here. I actually think this is a good card to keep, the Pond Keeper. Gives us some flexible damage. Let's see what Form 3 Ethne can do for us. Alright. So we do use Simloss right now. Only reason we would not Simloss is, like, we're not getting any more Symbiosises. It could save us from a Ixer if he's playing it, which I don't think he is. Is there a benefit? We could set up a tall tree ant for Pond Keeper. It seems pretty good here.
Why should I, an elf, a sage, converse
We do have a
with
Dryad, so these are slightly better than this. Only downside is if he has poisons left over, but I think we'll risk it. Pearl Diver? I like this card. I think it's neat. I just never find a way for me to put it in my deck safely. Like, it always seems like it's too vulnerable.
Longships are overrated.
I mean, I guess this could be a Salamander deck, but I'm not seeing that. I think this is a pretty good... I think getting rid of those 4 coins is pretty good. I think we're good, even against Yago. The only thing that I think gets us if it's secretly a Salamander deck. Which, with the amount of provisions he's spent so far, and the double thinnings, it's possible it could still be Salamander, I think. But I don't think it is. I think it's just like normal. I think it's just gonna be like the normal stuff here. Do we want to go... Nature? I mean, if it's Salamander, we should hold the Shaping Nature. For the 6 in Veil, we should keep this, or the 7 in Veil. We should keep this 7 in Veil anyway, actually, just in case he does have a set of poisons or something. Grab our Fauve. Grab our Mating Seasons. We do have to be careful about filling our rows. As the next, if we do Simla, or we do Filavandrel into Mating Season, we fill every space we have left on our board. So we should do the Gourd first. We have a massive point advantage right now.
It could very well be the deal of a lifetime.
So the Yago turn is going to be, what, about 50 points? I think it'll be about 50. Yeah, so there's no way it's Salamander then. We wasted 4 coins there, it's pretty nice. I think it's 4. Yeah, it's 4. So that came back. We do need to play this before the other stuff, but it means we lose 2 points on him. We're so far ahead, though, I think it's fine. Yago's coming. He's coming this turn? Okay. I think we're up by like 56, if I had to say. I think it was 56. I don't think the Yago quite gets him there, and we have some big plays left. The nice thing about this is we can always go... The vitality points in here will tick faster. Yep, there's Yago.
The contract's sacred. That includes the pay.
Gonna click the dude twice. Let's go. Just once. That's fine. He can't do a double poison. Like, it could be Heat Wave. This is the best one here. So we can trigger the vitalities. And then I think we'll put out one of these too. Should put out both of these. Pretty sure we've got this. Was this the one Heat Wave the deck runs? It's probably what he has. Otherwise he wouldn't Yago there. Yep, it's the one Heat Wave. And we're just set. I'll do it. Don't even need the Filavandrel. Well, guys, that's the deck. Performed about how I expected, like pretty reasonably well. As far as the choices, like Philevandrel, Color Force, I think Shaping Nature, as fun as it is, and as much synergy as you do have with mating seasons and the Naiad fledglings taking the vitalities off, that doesn't mean I think it's good. I think the deck would be much better off with a different card, which we'll go into in a second. This is usually the part where we make some revisions. But overall, I do like the deck. I've always liked Devotion Symbiosis more than just Bountiful Harvest, more than the Equinox non-devotion one, although the Equinox non-devotion one was better and probably still is better. It's hard to say. This deck lacks answers to things, and that's a problem. As you could see from these games today, like playing Devotion has some problems in a deck without removal. Like in Nilfgaard, it's fine because you have removal, and stuff like Syndicate, it's fine because you have removal. In Harmony, it's mostly fine too because you have poisons. But here, only thing we can do is do a Rebuke, and Duan Canal Guardian helps a lot with setting up higher reach, which is actually quite nice. The problem is it doesn't give you like 7's decent reach, but you can't kill something like a Scenario or like a big guy like a Kolgrim or whatever. So you can see the issues with the deck. Like, I think we talked about the issues a lot in the games, but that is the problem, is you just have control issues. And again, that depends what you're facing. However, you can get a ton of points out of the deck. As you saw in, I don't remember which one it is, the Death Wish game. Although that game was entirely carried by Aquan being revived. So if we didn't set the Aquan up with like just discarding cards and only playing specials earlier in the game, that would not have worked. But since we had the Aquan come back, we won. That game was crazy. Absolutely crazy. But anyway, as far as the deck itself, I like it. I've always liked this one better. As far as the choices here, we've talked about some in the beginning. That's the wrong faction. Some in the beginning. Great Oak is an option. I quite enjoy Great Oak personally, especially if you're going to go with the Philevandrel approach with double mating seasons. Just because it synergizes super well, and it gives you that reach that you need sometimes. So I really like Oak. We'll talk about these. I don't think we're not going to play Shaping Nature. We tried it. We haven't tried it in a long time. We tried it here. The flexibility actually was kind of nice. We kept it because it gave us a way to block poisons. And you can use the vitalities for things like Hamadryad. We used it on a Hamadryad for 6 turns. You can use it, just put it out, eat it with Fledgling. It's fine. But I don't think we're playing it. Another one is, other than that, the deck's pretty standard. I don't know about Simloss. He's fine, right? The problem with no Simloss is you tend to not have enough natures for Gourd, but what are you going to do? We'll keep him here for a second. We'll talk through this. I think we're just going to 1 Guardian. It's fine. I like the card, but we don't need 2, I don't think. And as far as the rest of the deck, like, you can't really change too much. If you're playing non-devotion, you can swap these around, but in devotion, there's not that many natures. So let's get into some changes we could make here. So one thing, I do want Forest Protector back. I really miss that flexibility of having the 3rd Rebuke, and I think we'll go no Simloss this time. I've done no Simloss before, and I was enjoying it. Then I wanted to try out the Shaping Nature version. So what we'll do is we'll go to a version I personally like. This is what I was running, and I think I'll go back to running after this, which is this. So we'll go Aquan, Great Oak, Ethne, Force Protector, Philevandrel double, mating seasons will really enable the Great Oak, and then we'll go in with the second Triad. We have 14 units instead of 13, but that's not the worst thing ever. The really big loss is Simloss's consistency and playing multiple natures at once because, well, you don't really want to be playing some of these. It's fine. We'll go with this. I like this version. You can go Simloss as well. Simloss instead of Oak, and then cut a Provision. Probably cut the Guardian again, honestly. Fit in a unit. Or you can go with no Philevandrel if you want to. That's fine too. There's a fairly good number of options, and if you want, you can always go, instead of Oak, you can go with Gezros instead, because he's a fun card, and you can get some really big points out of him. But anyway, I think I like this version the best with Oak, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.